Hello, everybody. Grape. That was not a great start to the video, ironically. Welcome back to the Hippiearab Podcast, the podcast where I share with you bits of wisdom that I've learned in this weird, tough life, and bringing you the Islamic perspective as well. The totally awesome, amazing, not oppressive, by the way, religion of Islam. It's really not oppressive. That's not the point of today's video. It's not. But I'm just trying to get that across, okay? That's really an amazing start to the video, really. Oh God, what do I have for you today? Is an amazing topic. Now, mind you, I'm going to keep this video as uncut, unedited as possible, and you'll laugh. You'll laugh at the reason why. Is because I'm actually filming this really late. But it ties into the idea of today's video. And today's video is the art of showing up. Now, this video, the one I'm filming right now, the one you're watching or listening to, is just I did not feel like doing it. I didn't. Today's Friday. I upload on Fridays. Okay? And I didn't have a video or podcast episode ready. And so, how do you think I feel? Not amazing or fantastic, that's for sure. I didn't feel amazing or fantastic. I went to the gym in the morning, and that's a whole different topic that I'm going to get into. And I just came back 2 hours ago. I took a shower, and I was just not having it. I was not. And then I realized, crap, I need to film a video and upload it on YouTube and Spotify. Oh, also this is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Yeah. So I said, I just freaking have to do it, So I was at this crossroads of, do I do the hard thing of making a video, setting up my stuff first and foremost, and then making my video, and then editing it, which is I'm probably not going to do because I'm just going to skip that part because I don't feel like it, and then uploading it, which takes freaking forever when you know YouTube. YouTube is so annoying. They could literally optimize the process, but they choose not to. And then just, market it and everything on that. Or do I sleep? So I was really at a crossroads. I was. And guess what I did? I slept. Yeah, I did. I slept for 5 minutes. I slept, and then there was the call to prayer. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And so that was basically my alarm. And then I woke up from my amazing 5-minute nap, and I made my wudu, and I prayed. And I just felt like this isn't the right decision. Like choosing to sleep over choosing to do the hard work that's going to pay off later. That wasn't the right decision, and I felt it in that moment. I could feel like there was something better in store for me, even though it would be really hard, And about today at the gym, oh gosh, do I have a story for you. It's really not a story. It's a matter of occurrences. I went to Poland for 9 days, which was amazing. We got this mug. I am not going to attempt to read what is on this mug because, well, I really want to keep my dignity intact, and I feel like if I try and read it off, I don't want that on the internet, and it was amazing. Poland is freaking awesome. It was so cool. Apparently, they don't speak Russian, though. It was today, and I'm not kidding. It was today that I found out that they were not under the Soviet Union. I didn't know that. I really did not know that. I really thought they were in the USSR, and I was, damn sure about it, I went there with that preconceived notion. I was like, they definitely were. And I treated everyone like they were. I don't know if that makes any difference on how I treated people, but it just, having that idea in your brain and having it be a completely false thing, it was embarrassing. But that's fine. So my Russian was useless. It was completely useless. Didn't work on anybody. All that worked was... Actually, nothing worked. I'm trying to think off the top of my brain what worked. I don't remember. I really don't remember. So they didn't understand anything I had to say. So I just used English the entire time. And, well, that worked better than I thought. Especially at, the big cities like Warsaw and Krakow. 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 Anyway, I don't know how you pronounce it, but all I know is that Polish is really freaking hard to learn. You need to try it one time, just reading off the alphabet and knowing like the phonetic sound of each letter. So interesting. Did you know that the W is a V? Okay, that's kind of common sense. Did you know that the J is like a yeah sound? Like yeah? I feel like I'm saying it. Did you know the N with the thingy on top or the thing at the bottom is like nya? Nya? I didn't know that. Okay, this is really getting off topic, but I really wanted to talk about Poland. Maybe I'll talk about it in a separate video. But Poland was awesome, and listen, I don't like to generalize. I don't like to say like this entire group of people is just amazing. But the entire group of Poland is amazing. Like, no, seriously, every person I met, excluding like one or two people, they were the nicest people I've ever met in my life. In Europe, within the scope of Europe. Europe just like doesn't like Arabs, And I listen, it's not that I don't blame them. We're foreign, I get it. But it's like the way Polish people were just so like welcoming and like catering to our questions and everything. Just oh my god. So if you're Arab and no, but also at the same time I really want to gatekeep Poland for myself. I don't want to go there and see a bunch of Arab tourists. Like I just want to have one place for myself. Do you know what I mean? Like listen, I love Arabs, but like leave me alone. Leave them alone. I'll stay with them. I'll learn Polish if I need to, but like I really want to keep this country. I don't want Arab tourists there. Respectfully. I feel like I just exposed myself. I wasn't kidding when I said this was going to be unedited. Now, mind you, throughout the video, I'm going to be fixing my hijab because that's what happens off camera, okay? My hijab just keeps slipping off because my face is so big and the opening to my face is so small. I have to keep adjusting it all the time. Anyway, the point of this video, I forgot, yeah. So I've been in Poland for the past 9 days. Oh my god, Zakopane is so nice. Sorry, off track again. I'm back on track. I was in Poland for 9 days. And then, throughout the 9 days, I did not step foot in a gym. Now, I know if any of you guys who have watched my videos know that I talk about the gym a lot. Like an excruciating, ungodly amount. And you're probably thinking, for once in your life, stop talking about the gym. Not gonna happen. I'm sorry. Yeah, so, sorry, I just had a brain fart. Yeah, so then, so I didn't go to the gym for the past 9 days, and I don't think when the last time I did that was. I don't think I've ever done that. No, I have. Sorry, I have. But it's just, I've barely ever done that. I haven't taken like a 9-day, because gym to me is my therapy. It's free, like therapy is expensive. So I just go to the gym and then I talk with the weights, I put them back, I tell them thank you, and then I leave. Like it's a really nice exchange. You should try it. And I didn't have that for the past 9 days. And it's not more so from like a psychological perspective, like I needed it desperately for my mental health, but it was more so it's like my physical outlet as well. And when I say physical, it just doesn't feel right, but it just, for me, it's both a mental and physical help, like a support. And I didn't step foot into a gym for like 9-10 days, and I walked a lot because where I live I don't walk. I'll be honest, I don't. There is no space for walking. There is no reason to walk. Okay, it's 40 degrees Celsius right now. And I would rather not exist. But I have to exist. And, well, it is what it is. And so I walked a lot there, which I'm not used to, but I love walking, actually. Like, I don't know why people don't just, like, walk to work. Because it's fun. Walking is so fun. Well, okay, walking as a routine is maybe not the funnest, but like walking in new places and just investigating and exploring, it's awesome. So I walked a lot, and my calf is twice the size it used to be. I'm not mad because I never wore calves ever, which is embarrassing, but I have Arab calves, so I'm not mad, you know? And oh, also, on the note of calves, listen, I don't have a calf fetish. I don't think. I don't want to be putting this on the internet. I don't. But people's calves in Poland, unreal. It's unreal. It's not real. It's like the size of a boxing glove. It is. And, I really fought the urge to touch all of them. I didn't touch any one of them, which I'm honestly really proud of. Because at one point, there was this dad, and dads are notorious for having really huge calves. But Polish dads are a different breed. Okay, their calves are the size of everybody's thighs combined. So but I didn't touch it. I was about to touch it, but I didn't touch it. We were at the bus station, and my hand was about to, but I didn't. Self-control, always. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't go to the gym for the past 10 days. I walked a lot. Again, I love walking now. Apparently, I'm a walker, I'll be incorporating that more if I can. But if you don't go to the gym for 10 days and you leave your lifts for 10 days, they're bound to take a hit. They're bound to not be amazing when you come back. So today was the first day that I came back, and I trained with my friends. I trained with a group of 3, me excluded. So as a group, we're 4 people. And their lifts they're really progressing. They're getting amazing. They're starting to lift a lot more than I ever expected, And today was push. And my bench press has always been my enemy and my friend at the same time because I love training push, but I'm not amazing at it, but they say I am, but I'm clearly not. And I was just having a really tough mental day today. The weight was not moving well, and I know that's because I wasn't training for the past 10 days, but it's I saw my friend hit a PR, and you just get the sense of dang it, I wish I could do that. I love my friends. I think they're the most badass people on earth. I supported her 1000% because that's what you're supposed to do. But it's just when I saw that, I was God, I really want to do better, But at that moment, in that place and time, I was just I was really low. Today, this was literally today. I was so low. In my emotional state, in my mental state, I was gosh, am I ever going to be good, Am I ever going to be able to lift that much, ever? Because the girl went and bench pressed dumbbells above 20 kilos each. This girl is insane. This girl's mad. But it's when I saw that, and I was struggling with literally my warm-up. I was struggling with my warm-up weight. It just felt obviously, the 10 days hindered it, but it was just not a good day emotionally, and that's fine. But that's the thing I wanted to drive home today, is despite that, you're gonna feel not good some days, maybe a lot of days after each other. There's gonna be, maybe a long string of days, weeks, months, I'm not joking, months of you feeling I don't want to do this anymore. It's just easier to quit. It's always easier to quit. I just don't feel like showing up. Which, by the way, is exactly how I felt to making this video. And I think it really shows in this video. Because I'm talking with my least energetic mode. Because I have modes of talking. This is my mode where I'm just completely chill and just laid back, and I just don't feel like expressing myself in the most exaggerative manner possible, And I felt like showing up was just so not today. Like, I just did not want to show up today. Today, I wanted to basically call it like a blank day where I get to do whatever I want, be it sitting at my, I don't know, sitting at my bed, laying down, watching something, which by the way, I never do. I'll be honest. I don't think I've, I've never like, I don't even have a Netflix subscription. That's the word, subscription, because I didn't want that habit anyway, because I know that if I had that subscription I would fall into that rabbit hole, and I didn't want that. Thankfully YouTube is there for the save, and well, YouTube has amazing content, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like there's content on YouTube that's really nice and helps boost you, but you can't be doing it all day, you know what I mean? Like, you need to put a cap to some things. But regardless, that's not the idea I'm getting at. The idea I'm getting at is, like, I felt like pure dog crap today. I felt like so low and down when I came back. Maybe not my, it's definitely not my lowest. It's not, but it's a low. It's a low blow, you know. And when I was at those crossroads, like, of should I take a nap or should I do the hard thing and make a video, I just did not want to think anymore. I didn't. It's like I didn't even want to exist at the moment, which was literally like 2 hours ago. Man, I'm so dramatic. But just when I woke up and I realized I need to give my brain a chance to not decide anymore. You know, like, I need to just show up despite feeling like it or not. There's this quote that I heard that I literally have on my wall. I'm literally going to read it off my wall. I don't know who it's by. Mind you, I did not research anything for this video. Usually I try to search a couple of things prior so that I say things accurately and give accurate information, because misinformation is a disease. And there's this quote that says, do what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. That's the thing, whether you feel like it or not. Because had I just laid on my bed watching Netflix all day, that would have been what I would feel like doing. You know, that's what I felt like do. Like, I kid you not, I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to lay down for the next 8 hours and basically ruin my sleep that I'm trying to fix, because coming back from Poland is not pretty. This sleep schedule that I'm trying to fix, not pretty. Jet lag, you guessed it, not pretty. But I'm trying to get my things together all the time. Maintaining yourself, maintaining your habits, maintaining what you have and what you want to build, it takes time and it takes energy. It takes effort. You know, otherwise it's going to fall apart. That revolves around the idea of entropy, that things fall with time. Things start to break down with time. You know, time is like the common variable. And that's true, but you want to try and sustain it. Of course, you want to do it at a productive effort. You don't want to expend too much effort. That's going to bite you later in the arse, later in life. But that's the thing. You want to pick things in your life and have them be stable and there, and that you show up for them time and time again. Because what you're proving to yourself is that I can do it despite how I feel. You know, and there's this topic that I really want to get into and delve really deep into later in another episode, where we literally take our desires, we take what we feel like, what we want to do in the moment, as our gods. Like, we take those as our god, as our deity, as our like lifestyle, you know? And it starts to become your way of life, is that all you do is just what you feel like. What are you doing now? Oh, I'm watching Netflix because I feel like it. What are you doing now? Oh, I'm eating like a bag of chips because I feel like it. And that starts to accumulate with time. And you start doing all of this, I hope we can all agree, unhealthy stuff, because I swear, at this point, saying that it's unhealthy is contentious. I'm not joking. Like, people will take that as a debate. Like, it's a debatable subject. Like, doing those things with time and have it accumulate and add up with time, it is not necessarily unhealthy. It's not necessarily healthy. Yeah, not necessarily unhealthy. The double negative really mixed me up, but you get what I'm trying to say. Oh, that's my train of thought, bro. This happens all the time. See, that's why I wanted to make it unedited, is because I literally have these brain farts. I'm not even joking. Not even brain farts, bro. Brain diarrhea. Okay, I'm having brain diarrhea right now. I didn't even drink that much coffee. Maybe if I drink more coffee, I'll get my brain working better. I'll do like an ASMR in the process. So yeah, what was I talking about? Oh right, the title of this video, The Art of Showing Up. I just wanted to prove it in this video. I didn't feel like showing up for this video. But I feel like this video, to me at least, is important. Because when I look back at my channel, when I look back at the things I've done, which I love to do regularly because I feel like it keeps me grounded. It helps me have like a clear vision and goal to build something bigger. When I look back at this video, I think it's just going to reinforce this idea of you're not going to feel like it all the time. Maybe most of the time, actually, you're not going to feel like it. Most of the time, it's just not fun. It's not pretty. It's not sexy schmexy, like they do it on social media. But it's what determines your character, is whether you do it or not. When you don't feel like it. Because when you don't feel like it and you do the thing that you have to do, by the way, you know what you have to do. Don't act dumb. Be like, I really don't know. No, but you know. You know what you have to do. You know the steps that you have to take in order to achieve a level of greatness that you have the potential to become. I don't like it when people play dumb and they just think, life is like not that, no, but freaking stop lying to yourself. I hate it when people I don't hate it, but it just irks me. I think it's one of my pet peeves, is when people don't realize their potential for greatness, and it's like they block their mind before their mind even starts to grow, which is it's sad to see. You can even see it in people sometimes, they have these long periods of time, free time, might I add, and they choose to spend it on the dumbest things ever, respectfully. And I don't know if it irks anybody else, but it's you could be doing so much more with that time. I think about that. I think like that all the time, by the way. When I get into the rabbit hole of scrolling, which everyone does, I'm not perfect. I'm just like you guys. I love how I say that in every episode, but I mean it ironically, but I really am like you guys, which is why I make videos and you guys watch them, because we're all the same. Hello. But yeah, when I get into this rabbit hole of scrolling, and I force myself out of the app, which takes sometimes 20 minutes up to an hour. After the hour, I feel like, what have I just done? It's not like I committed murder, but it's I think back to what I just did, and I'm like, that is a disgusting habit I have got to break. And there's no completely breaking it. I'd argue that sometimes when you scroll, you get inspiration and things like that. Staying connected is good. I don't think completely getting rid of social media is going to fix all your problems. I think learning how to control it, learning how to feed yourself in small increments and a slow and steady stream, I think it's a healthy thing to do. But the algorithm wasn't designed for that. The algorithm was made to suck you in and keep your attention for the next hour or even 2 hours. They really love capitalizing on your attention. I don't know if you know this, but you're literally the product. There's this documentary that I watched recently. It was actually a long time ago. I don't even remember what it was called. Great, thanks, Farah. Thank you so much for telling us about a documentary that you don't know the name of. No, but seriously, my Alzheimer's brain is not really giving. It's not. And it just talks about how you're the product. You're the your time, your attention, that's the currency. That's the money. And you're just giving it. You're like, it's fine. Scrolling's fine because every video that I watch is funny and it's making my life amazing. Is it? Is it really? Is it really? You know how many skills you could be developing in that time? Now, I'm not coming to you from an alpha male perspective. I get that all the time. People think I'm an alpha male. First of all, I'm a female. Surprise. I know, it's crazy. I know I look like a male, and that's fine. It's because I don't use the power of makeup. And I don't show my hair. So, I get it. I know, I look like a male. It's fine. I forgot my train of thought the third time. God, this is so bad. But yeah, no, I look like a male, and then what was I about to talk about? No, I'm genuinely not joking. I really forgot what I was talking about. Wait, let me trace my train of thought. See, this is what Instagram does to you. You lose your train of thought very easily. Let me trace back the idea. I look like a man. People tell me I look like a man, and then beauty, and then God, you know what? I'm gonna stop this video and see what I talked about. Okay, I watched it back. I got it. I was talking about how people think I'm an alpha male. Right, so I'm a female. Yeah, that was my train of thought. I'm a female, but I have these ideas. Why? Because, well, in my own religion, we're encouraged to take action. You know, we're encouraged to be proactive. Not to sit and spend your life in nothingness, because this life, you don't understand how temporary it is until you wake up one day and you're like 60 years old and you feel like the past that you lived went by within a second. You know, because that's going to happen one day. You're going to, well, hopefully, I mean, that is if you don't die before 60. Sorry, that's not funny. That's not funny. But really, you don't understand how temporary life is until the temporary literally starts staring you in the face. And you're like close to end of age. You're close to the end of this life. You're like sitting casually next to the angel of death. You know? And you're like, shoot, this is my time? Like, what? Come on, man. Wait, give me a second. That's not like an actual conversation that you would have with the angel of death, because you can't see the angel of death, unfortunately. No, but also fortunately, I wouldn't want to see how that looks like. But it's just, you really don't know how temporary life is, like how short and temporary it is. And I'm not saying this life is everything, right? From the Muslim perspective, this life is not all that we have. This life is kind of like, I like the metaphor of a farm. You know, I like also the metaphor that this life is a test, but I feel like that's gotten overused, and it doesn't have the same hit and effect as it used to. But I hear this metaphor a lot, where this life is like a farm, you know, and you're planting all of your seeds, and you want your seeds to grow, and you want them to flourish so that your harvest is better than everyone else's harvest. And, well, not necessarily, but it's just like you want to have the best farm. You want to have the most successful farm. You want to have the most enriched, amazing, you know, diverse farm. You want your farm to look like a rainbow. Not that kind of rainbow, respectfully. Just a different kind of rainbow. But yeah, it's just... What was I talking about? It's just, you have a lot of time right now. It may seem. And you do. But it's going to run out, because time is very, very finite. And what you choose to do with that time, God only knows. But there's this like vendetta I have against scrolling, apparently. I didn't know how much I hated scrolling until I started talking about it on camera. Like, I tell myself, Farah, please don't get emotional talking about scrolling. And then the last video I made where I talk about scrolling, I literally teared up and I started bawling my eyes out at the end of it. It was embarrassing, and I put that on the internet. But you know, I'm not mad, because a lot of people connected to it, and it's just like, that's the beauty of it, is like a lot of people connected to it, you know, because a lot of people experience the same thing. The algorithm, my friend, is not your friend. I would know. I'm going into artificial intelligence, actually, in that. But I've never written a decent algorithm in my life to save my life, ever. Yet. Yet. I'm gonna make an amazing algorithm one day. I could feel it. I could feel it in my ovaries. That's unnecessary. That was an unnecessary comment. But yeah. So I just didn't feel like making this video today. But you know, I actually kind of like talking. I like this video. I feel like this video just shows me, to me, that it's worth showing up. Because when you show up, you're showing up for yourself. But not only that, like, you're showing yourself that you're going to be there for yourself. And I talk about this before in another episode that I could only dream of remembering the name. But I talk about how important it is to be there for yourself. And that's actually an idea for another episode where I talk about trusting yourself. Because for me, you know, a personal belief of mine is that I can lie to people. Well, no, I can't lie. Like, it's haram, right? But hypothetically speaking, I can lie to people. I can lie to everybody. But I will never, ever lie to myself. Like, I will be as brutally honest as I have to be with myself, because that's all I have. All I have is myself. Obviously, I have Allah. That's a different topic, right? But I want this video more to be for, like, everyone, which is what I try to do all the time, and I flop amazingly at it. But no, seriously, it's like you there's no one that's gonna come for you to save you, you know. Alhamdulillah, I have my support system. I have my family. I have all I need to have, which is Allah. And Allah gave me the sane brain of mine that helps me make decisions in life. And it's those decisions in life that you make that determine who you are. The accumulation of all of these decisions, time and time and time again, every single day. You know, your life consists of years, and years consist of days. And days consist of hours, and hours consist of minutes. What are you doing in those minutes? What are you doing in those hours? You know, day to day, it feels like we're just in this, like, never-ending routine, and life just seems like it's gonna go on forever. But then I promise you, one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna look back and say, what was I doing with all of those years? What was I doing with all of that time? Because I promise you, every hour counts. Every day counts. Even if it's just a small step. But a small step in the right direction. You know, when you try to improve a skill set, when you try to even start working on a whole different new skill set, the beginning is very hard. The beginning is very difficult. Let's take programming, for example. Programming has this learning curve that is very well known. Nefarious, I would say. It's very, very well known. This learning curve is steeper than the steepest mountain you will find on earth. That is what I heard. Well, no, I experienced it. It's definitely what it is. And I'm a fast learner, which is interesting. But it helps you. It, like, gets you thinking in this whole new, different way. And it was just a matter of showing up every day and trying to code for like 30 minutes. You know, and I would be the worst at it. I kid you not. I sucked at it. I started with Python, easiest language known to man. It's easier than English, actually. And I just was terrible. I was self-taught, but it was just so bad, you know? But then you start to get the hang of it, and you start to see a little progress, minuscule even, and you start to show up day after day after day. And what felt like the hardest thing in day one is like your second nature in day 30. It's literally second nature. Like, you don't even have to think about it. You're like, tic-tac-toc. Like, it just does not even, you don't have to, like, think that hard to get it through, you know? And that's because your brain is working hard to make those wires, to make those connections, you know? And with time, those connections, those, what is it called? I'm not going to act like I know things about the brain. I definitely don't. I think it's about those synapses things, the things that make connections. I would be an amazing brain surgeon. I just, like, imagine myself one day being like, guys, this is the hippocampus. And they'd be like, fuck, that's not even a brain. I don't even know where the hippocampus is, I'm going to be honest. I really do need to educate myself on. See, next skill set, the anatomy of the brain. I would actually love to know more about the brain. I do need to know more about the brain, that's for sure. But yeah, no, your brain just starts making those connections, and those connections start to strengthen with time. They start to form, and then you hone those skills. They start to get tighter and better connected, and then in day 30 it's like almost unbreakable. It remains there. Well, of course you have to like maintain it, but it's really it's a strong connection that your brain has made that makes it second nature to you, which is an amazing, unbelievably incredible facet of the brain that like we don't understand the power of. I don't think we understand much of the brain to understand how beautiful and much of a gift it is to all of us, because our brain is one of the biggest gifts that we're given. And I'm sure of my name that we don't use it enough, and we don't use it as much as we can be using it to fulfill our potential, even at least 70% of our potential, give or take. We don't use our brains. Like, we don't. And it's just a matter of showing up and making those connections. Giving your brain the chance to make those connections. Sitting down every single day. Every week if it has to be. The videos that I make every week. But to make those topics, to research about them, to put a list of bullet points that I want to talk about, to kind of figure out the detailing of the video that I want to make and I want to upload. That's habit forming. That's my brain coming up with connections. It's a matter of showing up so that you get better at it every single time. Every single episode, I'm getting better. And it's not completely visible, but to me, it's so visible to me. Like, when I look at my first episode, and I just look so nervous, and just, I don't want to like mess anything up, and I just want to like get it over with. You could tell, but my first words of the podcast was, I just want to get this over with, which was honestly kind of legendary. But I just looked so anxious, but with time, with practicing, with setting up my camera and being in, my comfortable clothes, and just having a set list of ideas that I just want to discuss alone with myself. I'm talking alone with myself in my room, which is totally not sad, It's amazing. And showing up time and time again, I can feel myself better at speaking. I'm better at speaking. I'm better at formulating my ideas and communicating it to my audience so that they understand exactly what I want to get across. Maybe not 100% every single time. Sometimes my words jump on other words, and it comes out like a jumble of words. I don't know if that's a word, but I just made it up to kind of show you how confident I am saying things that I don't really understand. It's all about confidence. That's a different topic in a different video. But is this matter of filming myself all week, all day, and having it be as unedited as possible. Sometimes a little edited, because I could stumble over my words. But the skills that I'm trying to improve here is my speaking skills. Because to me, that's important. See, you have to find what's important to you. What do you find is a weakness of yours? What do you think is the thing that you want to improve on most? And then show up for it. Show up like your life depends on it. Bro, do you know how much I just wanted to leave the gym today? I looked at all of my friends, and they were just like pushing weight that I did not think possible, and I was like, I just don't want to be here, guys. I just want to leave, But I showed up because I have to show up, because I understand that if I show up every day, almost every day, and then if I show up for a month every day, who knows what my progress could look like? Who knows? My progress could look insane. Consistency. Because to put your work in, and just forget about everything else. Forget about how you feel like. Forget about what your brain is telling you. We have this thing in the gym called monkey mode. We say it before our heaviest sets. Whenever we're getting like anxious for a PR or anything close to a PR, my friend looks at me, she's like, monkey mode. I'm like, great. Great. But there's so much wisdom in that. Really, monkey mode. Stop thinking and just start doing. Stop, you don't have to be prepared every single time. Do it half-assed if you have to do it. But just get it over with and do it. That doesn't sound right. That sounds like, I don't know, that sounds like when I say just do it. I feel like I should be sponsored by Nike. I don't know. But regardless, it's just, we think too much now, And we think our thinking is making us better, but if anything, it's making us dumber. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No, I'm kidding. No, really. But also, I think I want to cap it off here, actually, because I'm getting really hungry. And yeah, I hope you benefited from this episode. Today was just not an amazing day, but I think I made it an amazing day by just doing what I had to do and not thinking and just doing. I feel a sense of accomplishment after having filmed this episode. Right now, right here in this moment, I'm feeling a sense of accomplishment. I'm like, wow, I did it. That wasn't that hard. And you say that every single time. You say that, it wasn't that hard. I could do it again if I had to. That's fine. But of course, I'm not going to do it again because I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat, actually, after this. But just show up for yourself. Show up, whether you feel like it or not. And understand that you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anybody else. Because all you have is yourself right here, right now, physically. And you just have to do it. Don't think, just do. Just do it. Really, I really should get sponsored by Nike. But yeah, that was the end of today's video. I hope episode. Sorry, I keep forgetting this is also a podcast that's only audible and not visual. I hope you guys benefited from this episode. I know I did. I feel amazing right now. Kind of. My stomach is having issues. See, the airplane food is not digesting well. But that's fine. But yeah. It was great talking. I love talking. Have an amazing day. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.